If you'd like to see how I'm going to take these plain Fashion Nova boots and transform them into these edgy spiked boots, keep watching this video. Hey YouTube! So today in this video, I am going to be adding some spikes. So we're doing something a little different this time. I'm not going to be adding rhinestones. I'm going to be adding some spikes to these boots on the toe area. And I'm just starting off by wiping them off with some alcohol. You'll let that dry. I'm going to use this E6000 glue. The spikes or studs or whatever you want to call them, I'm going to use 10 millimeter, a little bit of 8 millimeter, and a little bit of 6 millimeter. You can get these spikes on Amazon, but I had some from years ago that I had bought like in bulk from Alibaba.com. Okay, so this is a little challenging, just a little bit. It's simple, but it's just a process, okay? So these spikes are a little on the heavy side. So once you put them on, they'll like instantly start to slide. You want to use enough glue, but you don't want to use too much. So I'm kind of wiping off the glue I put around this one because it ended up being a little too much. And I'm not in a camera angle, so just bear with me. Okay, so I was trying to figure out my line where I wanted to start. And later on in the video, I'll show you the inspo because these are going to be a dupe, kind of like a dupe of an $800 designer boot. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Philip Plein. Philip Plein boots is what the picture that my friend sent to me, and they were $800. And I was like, whoa. So these don't look exactly like the boots, but it was just the idea, inspiration of the spikes that she wanted on there, just to give me an idea where she wanted the placement and things like that. So the way I had to do these, I had to put the spikes on and just kind of let them dry. I couldn't like just put them all on at one time. No, I had to put them on, let them dry for about maybe a half an hour, or at least get settled on the boot, because if I walk away, because I ended up doing that. I put a couple on, thought it was locked on there good enough, walked away and came back. They had slid to an area I didn't want, and I had to pry it off. Thankfully, there was no damage because I didn't let it go for like days. It was probably like 30 minutes, maybe an hour. So I'm trying to do a decent spacing here because I just wasn't exactly sure how the smaller ones were going to look if I needed to fill in some areas. So basically all you have to do is just take a little wax pickup tool, pick up the spikes, and as you can see, I'm rotating this boot because once they dry a little bit on the top, I'm angling it to the side, because if I don't angle the boot, they'll slide. So I have to put them at an angle to where they'll still sit in place and kind of dry as it's sitting at that angle. I hope I'm explaining that right. So what I kind of did is got a decent amount on this boot, then I let it sit, then I kind of went to the other boot, and then I kind of go back and forth between both boots. So be careful with the spikes. They're not like super pointy like needles, but they're pointy enough to where they could hurt you if you put too much pressure on them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trying to watch my spacing because I feel like on one boot I got the spacing more perfect. This is the actual inspiration. I just kind of cropped it and zoomed in so I could see the placement on the toe. The way I'm doing it is not going to be spaced that far. But as you can see, that's a different type of stud. Those are the kind that you have to use like a machine. And it has like a part on the back where you clamp it together. And I made that clear when she sent me the video. I said, that's a different type of stud. I don't have that type of strength and that type of tool to do that. And she said, no, the glue-on kind are cool. So it was like, okay, fine. So when someone sends you a picture of something, if you could get it exact, cool. But I never say that I can, because I just know I simply couldn't do that, you know? So I'm just kind of filling in this area on the toe area. And as you can see, I have this propped up once again at a different angle. So if they slide, they won't slide, pretty much. They won't slide because of the way I have them. And if they do move, they should move, but so far to the next one. And also, just for reference, this is how the actual full boot look. You see, it's like a mesh boot. Still the combat boot style, but this is like a full boot. It's not mesh, but it was really more so the placement of the actual studs. So it's still in the idea of it. And those boots are super cute, but $758, that was actually the sale price. It was like a website called Farfetch is where I got that photo from if you're interested in purchasing the Philip Plein boots. The regular price was like $2,100. But yeah, if you want something like that or similar, this is another option. Save yourself about $680. So I'm basically just kind of doing the same thing. And like I told you, I have to move the boot. So for example, these will slide onto the next ones, which they shouldn't because the other ones next to it are already dry. Does that make sense? So that's why I'm not doing a whole line of glue. I'm just going to glue these right here, get those to a certain point, and then I'll come back because I don't want to have them sliding. So I came back probably an hour later. Then I just did a few more. So that's basically the vibe. Put a few on, let those stay and get locked in. Come back, put more on, tilt it at a different angle. You see how I just kind of did 3, left and came back, then I did 3. Once those settled, then I tilted the boot so that these should be fine. Okay, so she also wanted studs or spikes going up the back of the boots as well. So I just had to get a good position here to make sure that I have them angled to where they don't move or fall over. And as I put each stone, I made sure I just kind of kept bringing them together, touching them, checking them to make sure they weren't sliding. Because again, These little stubby spikes are kind of heavy and they will slide. So just keep that in mind. You do not want them to slide. They slide like slow sometimes, so you'll look and you probably can't tell they're sliding. Just kind of touch them and reposition them the best you can and kind of just make sure it's propped up. I have like a box or something under here to make sure they're not moving. Okay, here we go. I'm working on the second boot. I'm doing the same thing, making sure these are propped up, even holding the boot for a good 5 or 10 minutes if I have to make sure everything is kind of together, and still just going back and pushing them together, making sure the spike is sitting on the actual glue and not floating on top of it. Not using too much glue because you don't want it to squeeze out and ooze on the sides of it and look all hard and messy. Okay, you guys, here is the final finished result of these spiked boots. I absolutely love these boots, and I think around this time, well, around next fall, I'm gonna probably make me something similar because these turned out so pretty. They turned out so cute. They actually look like they came like this. I love it. I sent her a picture. She absolutely loved it. And it didn't, I don't want to say this was hard or took me a long time. I want to say I could have done it sooner if it were rhinestones, only because of the sliding, the repositioning, the letting it dry. But it was cool. It took me a couple of days, but it turned out really cute. The spikes, you could probably get about 100 of them for about $8. I already had them, so I kind of forget to like factor in like supplies. Because a lot of you people who watch my channel, you guys are DIYers as well and very super creative and do things for other people, like, you know, get hired to do like side jobs or even maybe professionally. And I know you like to ask me different questions like how much would I charge for something like this? The price I charged was $50. I probably could have charged more, but I didn't. I felt like it was pretty simple, but it wasn't as simple. It was just more time consuming. But let me know what you think. How much would you charge for something like this? Because you would probably only, you know what? I didn't count how many spikes I needed. You probably will only need to buy one pack. I'm not sure if that's 50 on each toe. I don't know. I didn't count them. I already gave her the boots, but I just kind of paused as I was editing the video and tried to count it. I feel like it's probably at least 60 on the toe part of each boot. Okay, so I just looked on Amazon. So for about $8, you can get 100 of these 10mm spikes. You would probably need about 2 packs if we base it off of it being 60 on each toe. Remember, there's some on the back as well. That's already 8 plus 8. That's already $16. That's almost basically 20 when you do taxes. And I charge 50, so that's like 30 profit. That's not really a lot because the E6000 glue, that's about $4. And then the hours put into it, you know, probably, I'll say probably charge more than 50. And you can chime in on your thoughts. But thanks so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, or share it on Facebook, or send it to someone who may be interested in doing something like this to their boots. And thanks you guys for watching. Bye-bye.